Ladies and gents, we are finally back for some more predictions for WWE's next coming up premium live event, and that is Survivor Series. It's been a bit of a confusing, quick, rushed build, still interesting matchups that will have interesting outcomes that will lead to the end of this, leading into Mania season coming next year. But before we get into my predictions, remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into these Survivor Series 2024 predictions. So the first matchup we have of the night is LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship, and I feel like there's no true winner here because LA Knight is most likely to win, but I feel like Shinsuke, if he loses, it's another thing again where you build him up and then he immediately loses and you probably have nothing after. At least with Seth Rollins, there was stuff they were to build with, but this sense is being so rushed and so last minute. They don't really have anything, so if Shinsuke loses, it's over for Shinsuke. It's kind of like Shinsuke needs this win, but at the same time, I don't think you should be ending LA Knight's reign anytime soon. LA Knight's reign has been so great and really bringing life back to the mid-cards division on SmackDown, and I feel like he has more stuff he can do with this title reign. But then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, who shouldn't lose. But I also feel like this is a continuation of their feud. I feel like after this match, it's gonna continue. And I feel like Shinsuke needs to do good in this match to just bring over what this new character is about and really showcase like, Shinsuke's back, he's here to stay, and yada yada you. And so I just kind of feel like they're stuck in this really rock hard of a situation. So to me, I don't even think there's gonna be a winner. Yeah, they might just give LA Knight the win. But what I think is gonna happen, either two options, either LA Knight will win and then Shinsuke will beat him up and miss and continue the feud, or what will happen is Shinsuke will do his missed or attack LA Knight and leave him out badly to where it would lead to a wanted rematch at either Saturday Night Main Event or the Royal Rumble or Raw on Netflix. Many possibilities for the future, but either way, I see this match ending in a no contest and DQ or LA Knight winning. Then we get into another match that was recently added, and that is the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. And I feel like this has just been great. They've all been entangled in a story, and they've been greatly been adding, even though it's been rushed, they've been able to add all these stories together in the short amount of time that they had. And I definitely feel like this is slowly preparing for Sheamus to be a eventual Grand Slam champion, maybe on the Raw of Netflix or WrestleMania. They're really preparing that up, and I feel like Ludwig is here to take that pin, and he's always so good at able to come back, even though he's still gonna lose, able to come back and insert himself and feel like nothing has happened. So I think he'll be fine, and I feel like this is an obvious move, Braun Breaker retaining just because he recently got the title back from Jey Uso, and I feel like he needs a bit of a lengthy run to at least as champion before he loses it again. I definitely do think the end goal for Braun Breaker is Sheamus finally getting his hands on the Intercontinental Championship and becoming a Grand Slam champion. Then we get into the World Heavyweight Championship matchup, Damian Priest versus Gunther, and we've seen this new version of Gunther where he's doubting himself, taking loss from Sammy, now taking loss from Cody. It's him being this different version, him doubting himself, and Damian Priest being built up back bigger than ever, having this overzealous of confidence, and this will lead to two directions. Either A, this leads to Damian Priest will win, and it will lead to Finn Balor probably coming back and them feuding for the title, which I don't think is a smart idea. They should be losing them, take titles and Judgment. I don't know why they have, but I just don't think that's really gonna happen, because what I feel like what they've been doing is what I'm going for the second round is that Gunther is taking away all the L's that he's had. He's taken away the Randy Orton. Did he actually beat Randy Orton because of the botchy pin? Sami Zayn lost. He lost to Sami Zayn by beating him. And then now you take the Damian Priest win, because technically Damian Priest would have won if it wasn't for Finn Balor. So obviously this is going to be where Gunther wins. But I do definitely think it's going to be because of Finn Balor. I think either going to give Gunther, I don't think they're going to give him a clean win again. I think it's going to be because of Finn Balor. Because somehow they got to give Finn Balor the one win over. Because I probably think this is going to be the WrestleMania match. So I just don't think Damian Priest is anywhere time soon going to re-get a title picture. I do see maybe in a couple years from now being another champion again, but I just feel like because of the Finn Balor stuff that they've been teasing and him possibly going solo, I just don't see that him winning against Gunther. I just feel like, that's going to be him versus Finn at WrestleMania, and they're building to the eventual Gunther, maybe John Cena or somebody at WrestleMania. Especially we're so close to WrestleMania, I just don't feel like he's going to lose it so soon. And there's more potential feuds, because all that Gunther has faced is his opponents that has had mistakes during his IC title reign, and I feel like he really needs a new, fresh, rejuvenated feud to really make this reign more interesting, because it has been good, but it has not been as interesting as the IC title reign, but I'm waiting to see what he could have next. Maybe like a Drew McIntyre, maybe, or a CM Punk. There's possibilities for Gunther's reign if he retains here, and that's who I'm going for. And I believe Gunther is going to retain his World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. War Games matches, and the first one is the Women's War Games match of the team of Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, Bayley, Io Sky. You have a stacked team on the other side of Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae. In this team, I wish this thing had more time to build. Like I'm going with the men's one later. Wish this had more time to accumulate and just build into a story. Like I feel like they could have had the Jade Cargill moment of her getting attacked and being taken out way longer ago. Build this intrigue, Bayley with Bianca Belair and Io Sky, of them not being together. And to me, and I feel like, the heels need this win. Really, really do. Don't want to pin you don't want to have your two champions taking a loss, and you need them to make a look dominant for continuous stories. But the issue you have here is this is the same exact thing they did last year for the Women's War Games. Only difference is that the heels got that advantage match. This time the babyfaces got that advantage match. But the issue is the babyfaces have been 2-0 against heels at War Games. Secondly, they're repeating the same thing with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. When can they coexist with Bayley, with Bianca, and Io Sky? And also too, when the babyfaces should have lost last year because you had your champion Io Sky in the match, they still lost. Even though, yeah, technically War Games doesn't really lead to much afterwards, I feel like these War Games for both sides really lead into more stories with Rhea and Liv, possibly something with Io and Bayley or Bianca, especially with Naomi and Jade, particularly in that pairing of who attacked Jade. Plus, too, you have Tiffany Stratton with the Money in the Bank. With Nia Jax, you have Liv and Rhea, like I said. You also have Candice LeRae, where she's trying to fit in and be buddy with Nia Jax. So there's many different stories that are going, but I still believe that the heels should get the win in this win. I really feel like they really, really need it. But either way, I still think this is going to be a great match, and we're probably going to get Io Sky her trash can spot like she usually does. And I think all women are just going to show out and go crazy. Because I feel like a lot, but when it comes to stipulation, like PLEs for the women, they've been showing out and go crazy, especially over the men, like the Royal Rumble, the Chamber, the Money in the Bank. They continuously kill it. But for me, if I really had to say what my two predictions are, I feel like either A, what will happen, Nia Jax's team will beat Bianca Belair's team, or Tiffany Stratton will cash in. Then we get into the men's war game of the OG bloodline versus regular bloodline. There's intrigue to this because a lot of people think, it's so confusing and who's gonna win. Paul Heyman might betray this person might do this. I don't really think that. I think it's really cut and dry because you have all these people think about all these different possibilities when it could be plain and simple, and that's what I think it is. Because I think this, first of all, story-wise, I still feel like it should have been a 4-on-4. As much as I love seeing CM Punk back and him being in the War Games, always happy to see him on TV and in a PLE and in a match. Always excited. Plus, with it being his 1 year returning at the pay-per-view that he returned at, it's a great marketing, great idea, great and amazing. Plus, Roman and CM Punk together potentially could be a future feud down in the future. Sign me up. My only issue with all, but I still feel like it should have been a Final Four. It would have been better, even though we could tell the story a little bit more better. But I just feel like it's kind of more simple for two reasons why I really believe that the OG block. One is because I feel like Roman needs to get that win back on Solo so they can challenge for the Ulafala probably at Saturday night's main event. Or the Royal Rumble when they challenge for the Ulafala, and he needs to get that win over Solo so they can build up to that story. Because I feel like this match is really going to lead into different stories, potentially maybe even with like CM Punk maybe go staying with Paul Heyman, and maybe Roman's like, are you with me or not? I feel like that's going to be a future story. Is it CM Punk with Paul Heyman, or is Paul Heyman to do with Roman Reigns? And that's another story you can tell. Plus, I do feel like maybe you can tell more future stories with this group staying together and with the Bloodline's going to head into the next year during Mania season. The other major key factor on why I think it's pretty easy why the OG Bloodline is winning, not even just because CM Punk is here, because he just got off an amazing feud with Drew McIntyre, and I don't think he can take his first lot coming back. But also too, we haven't seen Seth Rollins since the Solo's Bloodline interfered in this match and made him lose against Bronson Reed. I feel like that's going to be a key factor. I really do think that somehow, someway in the map, New Bloodline is getting close to win. They are very close, and Seth Rollins is going to come in here, do a curb stomp, and just give a death glare at CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I feel like that's how it's going to end, because we know Seth Rollins, he's not gonna just answer this quietly, and he wasn't nowhere on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, so he is somehow, someway going to be involved in this match. I don't know how, but I think he's gonna be the reason why the OG Bloodline wins. I just don't think that. I feel like this is gonna leave the OG Bloodline winning and leave many stories and many different routes of what the future will hold after War Games, what makes things very, very exciting to see what happen next after War Games. But overall, after all this whole discussion, I am choosing the OG Bloodline. Take the win for the new Bloodline in War Games. Let me know down in the comments, do you agree with my predictions? What are your thoughts and opinions on all the matches? Let me know down in the comments, and we're really gonna have to wait and see what happens at War Games and see who comes out victorious. But hey, this is all from me, and I'll see you all in the next one.